Good afternoon. And welcome to everyone who's joining us on the internet as well. Over the past few weeks, I've been using a word rather frequently: singularity. Singularity is like a glass of pure water. There's nothing extraneous to the water in it. It's all water. Mind is a singularity. I will say consciousness is a singularity, but the preferable word is mind. Each of you is likely to say that you have a mind. But as long as you use that phrase, you will almost inevitably hinder yourself from waking up. You don't have a mind, you are mind. You're not a body that has a mind. You are mind that has the conscious experience of body, world, universe. Mind, because it's a singularity, has no boundaries. It's infinite. And it's all-inclusive infinitely. You, as mind, are that awareness of all that is infinitely. You share the perspective of God, because the mind that is God, that is the movement of creation, is not different from the singularity called mind that you are. At the moment, you all know that you're not experiencing all of creation infinitely at this moment. It's very localized, your experience of consciousness. But I'm telling you that this mind that you are is infinitely all-inclusive, and all, universally speaking, is available for you to experience in addition to this highly localized awareness that you are limiting yourself to. So this infinite mind isn't something for you to achieve. It's something for you to, I'm going to say, let happen to you. Let happen to you. Let it in. And what does this mean? In order to let in the experience of singularity, which is an experience of wholeness, because there's nothing left outside of it, you must, in order to have the experience of singularity, be willing to abandon, for lack of better words, your addiction to conflict. You have to be willing to abandon your commitment to thinking for yourself in inconsistent ways. We'll say straddling the fence, or trying to embrace two opposing things simultaneously. I've shared before the prayer that Paul says before each gathering. Thy will, not mine, be done. Let the reign of divine truth, life, and love be established in me. Well, I've already stated that mind is a singularity. There's no alternative to it. It's already a singularity. So, the reign of divine truth, life, and love is already established in you. But the prayer says, let the reign of divine truth, life, and love be established in me. It's a way of saying, I am willing to stop interposing something in addition to what's already established in me. I'm asking myself to let it be established in me, to let it be the only thing there is in me, because it really is the only thing there is in me. Let the reign of divine truth, life, and love be established in me, and what? Rule out of me all self-will. Well, I know you all have ideas about what willfulness is. But willfulness is when you are trying to introduce something into the mix on your own. Whether it's a creative idea, whether it's an angry feeling, it's always something original to you. Self-will is an expression of something that is original to you, that has left God out of the picture entirely. Whether it's a pleasant thing or an unpleasant thing, it's when you are introducing stuff all by yourself. When you are introducing anything on your own, you're not being a co-creator with God. It's that simple. Let the reign of divine truth, life, and love be established in me and rule out of me all self-will. That expresses an intent to be singular, which is another way of saying be whole. If you have a glass of water that also has some oil in it, or some vinegar in it, or any other substance, there's water and vinegar. There's water and that other substance. And so there are places where there isn't water, and places where there is water. You have more than one thing going on in the same space. And it isn't a whole glass of water. When something is singular, it is whole. It is wholly what it is. W-H-O-L-L-Y. When there is an expressed intent and desire on your part to let the reign of divine truth, life, and love, we'll say the reign of what is real, be established in you, and rule out your apparent right that you think you have to introduce things on your own all by yourself as an independent authorizer. You are abandoning being an independent authorizer. And in the absence of your bringing something extra into the mix, wholeness is what is left. Singularity is what is left. And the result of that is the experience of singularity, the experience of the integrity of everything, and the way it all fits, and the way it is harmonious. I did say this, if thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Now that's a literal statement, because the substance of everything, including your body, is spirit, which is love. And love is light. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. When your eye becomes single, when your consciousness, we'll say, allows only for singularity, you will find everything illuminated from within. The energy of spirit that is love is light. And the light has color, and it has colors you haven't dreamed of, and the colors express the specific intent embodied as every single creation. So that you know what a thing is by its color. You know who an individual is by the colors. And as I've said before, this light that is living love, you experience as loving you. You are right now loved by absolutely every object you see. Because it ain't matter. I say this over and over to remind you, because you easily forget the habit of treating it as though it's matter. Dense, solid matter is very deeply ingrained. And you need to be reminded to be looking for something more than what you're seeing and what you're expecting to see, because you're so sure you know what it is. When the Course speaks of turning toward the altar, it means doing what that prayer embodies, doing what that prayer expresses, embodying what that prayer expresses. Let the reign of divine truth, life, and love be established in me. If that's not your desire, then you're not turning toward the altar. If you're turning toward the altar, it's because you want to know the truth. You want to be infilled with the truth. You don't want to be suffering ignorance any longer. Let the reign of divine truth, life, and love be established in me, as it already is. And rule out of me all self-will. If you think about it, you might come to the conclusion that if you're not going to engage in self-will, and if self-will is an expression of not being joined with the Father and not listening for His will, then you probably won't end up talking or acting or doing anything that you've been used to doing, because you've been doing it all by yourself. What will be left? What will be left will be what counts. What will be left will be you engaging in actions that are truly meaningful, even if they're not the ones you've been engaging in forever. You will be the presence of love that will bless everyone and that everyone will feel. And they will be grateful and they will rejoice that you have abandoned engaging in self-will. You won't become inactive, but you will begin doing new things, and you will begin being in new ways compared to the old ways. It will constitute a shift. And of course, the primary shift will be from getting to giving, from acting in your self-interest to behaving in a way that embraces, includes, is sensitive to, and blesses others. You see, love is a singularity too. And getting isn't love. Self-love isn't love. Selfish love isn't love. And again, until another is the reason for your giving love, you won't know how to love yourself because you won't know who you are. And when you find out what you are, you will find out that you're not a what. When you find out who you are, you will find out that you're not a who, but that you're a what. And what I mean by that is that when you're willing to shift into a way of being based on extension, on giving, you find yourself infilled with the Father's love. And you know what? You find out that you're not a who, but that what you are is that which is worthy of the Father's love. That you are the place where the Father comes into expression. You are a vehicle for all that God is being. And you are also the mind, the singular mind that recognizes that your function is the recognition and acknowledgement of God in everything. You might say that the what that you are is, I'm going to say, the function in the mind of God of recognizing. In other words, God recognizing Himself in everything is what you are. When you get up in the morning, what is your expectation? Your expectation needs to be that from the moment you wake up, you're going to be discovering God everywhere. That's called a mind alert to good. A mind alert to reality. On the other hand, when you get up in the morning, is this the day you're going to get even with so-and-so? Is this the day you're going to stand up for yourself and tell someone off? You see the difference? Mind you, I'm not talking about how anyone else is behaving. I'm talking about how you're intending to use your mind. You do something, and somebody says, "You hurt my feelings," and you say, "I'm sorry, I didn't intend to." And the question needs to be asked, but did you intend not to? A singular mind intends not to be the presence of that which is different from love. No matter how anyone else is behaving, you can intend not to behave in a way that is unloving, even though being the presence of love may mean saying no to someone else's behavior. Okay. Because all there is mind, and mind is a singularity, then what you would call the laws of being are the laws of singularity, and they govern your experience whether you're conflicted or unified, whether you're disintegrated in the way you're using your mind, or integrated. Therefore, if your mind is single, purely singular, everything you engage in will embody and express singularity, harmony, love. But also, because mind is a singularity, if you are choosing to be conflicted, if you are choosing to embrace conflicting feelings, I love you, but I hate you, as though you're capable of doing both, then, because of the laws of singularity, that which is at the heart of the intent will be what is created. And so, if you're conflicted, the irreversible result will always be division. Do you see how that's the same law applying? If you are of a single I, if your mind is singular, everything that you do will express unity. And you might even say that it will unify. But if you choose to be conflicted in your mind, everything you do will find expression in creating division. War, fights, arguments. The attempt to best someone else, to be better than someone else. Division. Why am I spending so much time? Because once again I'm trying to convey to you that now are you the sons of God and daughters of God, that you're neither behind the point of perfection nor advancing toward it. You're at that point and must understand yourself therefrom. Because you're at that point, you must begin to see that because you are, there are going to be certain results to your behavior. If you are going to behave as though you are the Son of God and you are at the point of perfection, if you choose for that, everything you do will manifest unity. And because you are at the point of perfection, and the laws of singularity are the only thing that exist, if you choose to be conflicted within yourself, then everything that you do, everything that will follow that, will embody and seemingly create the effect of division. So you're not trying to become a singular mind. You're not trying to become equal to an awakened being. You are the ultimate right now. And it's a matter, all it is a matter of choice as to how you're going to use your mind. That demystifies the process of awakening. It also makes clear to you that it isn't about the future, it's about the choices you're making in the moment. And you can either behave as what you truly are, or you can behave as what you believe you are. Right now. A miracle is a sudden shift of perception from, we'll say, conflicted thinking to singular mind. This week, go through your day and ask yourself whether you intend not to do anything that will hurt someone's feelings. Whether you intend not to do anything that is unloving. Understanding that being the presence of love does mean saying no when inappropriate behavior is going on. I add that so that you don't think that you're suddenly going to become vulnerable to anyone's behavior. Because you're going to be the presence of love and not be bothered by it. I'm not saying that. That's not love. Okay. Let's go to the book. The ego wants no part of truth because the truth is that the ego is not true. It not only is not true, it's not real. It exists only as a figment of the imagination, which you've chosen to believe is the truth and which you're honoring at the present. Continuing, if truth is total, the untrue cannot exist. Let the reign of divine truth, life, and love be established in me and rule out of me all self-will. It really means to rule out of me that which doesn't really exist. Self-will does not exist. Important point, write it down. Self-will does not exist. You have made it up, and you act as though what you have made up is true. Again, if truth is total, the untrue cannot exist. Commitment to either must be total, since they cannot coexist in your minds without splitting them, meaning your minds. If they cannot coexist in peace, and if you want peace, you must give up the idea of conflict entirely and for all time. Well, that sounds like a pretty big order. You don't have to try to do it for all time. All you have to try to do is be unconflicted in the moment you're in.